Jeff, it sounds like Hollywood is not your friend, right?
Well, he's never been for subsidies in my industry, the movie industry in Texas, and the Texas film industry is dead and gone because of attitudes like Jeff. No, it's true.
I'm feeling some piling on. That is a sad thing right there. That's kind of like, we've had some great movies that come out that were based here and they were shot in New Mexico, of all places.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Oh, he's a starving actor.
Well, I like Texas business, too. I'm a Texas businessman.
Well, a good example of that would be Hell or High Water.
Exactly. The Jeff Bridges movie, that was filmed in New Mexico, but they played like it was Coleman and Post, and it just infuriated me to no end.
A question that I've got for Jeff would be his take overall on The Incredibles 2. How did it stack up against the original?
Well, I didn't think. I had this long conversation with two of my kids. It was more lights. It was more action. It was more fighting. It was more sensory overload. The original was just kind of a great concept.
I think
this one. I tell you what was weird about. I tell you what was weird about this one. This one had a little bit of like it mixed James Bond type stuff.
Okay.
Really? Yeah, it did.
Okay. One other question that I have.
Did you like the original?
Oh, I loved it.
I thought it was brilliant. I mean, it's just as an adult, you could sit there and go, "Wow, that's really funny."
I think it's the greatest thing Craig T. Nelson's ever done.
He's back. I have to tell you, not to be a spoiler, the opening of the movie is really funny because he's back. Everybody, the same people are back, and they have a really funny opening bit.
Okay, so that tells me that Samuel L. is back as
big time.
Okay.
And I tell you one thing that comes out of this, he's going to get his own franchise.
Awesome.
I agree.
Samuel L.?
Yep. I think his character is awesome.
Jeff, another little trivial bit from the original, and I think it was probably Ed's favorite fragrance back in the day. You remember at Frozone's house, they had a shot of High Karate.
High Karate.
They did. They did. That was awesome.
High Karate was great.
Have you seen Incredibles 2 yet? Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson. I nerd out a little bit on those characters. I'm kind of a comic book guy.
You're kind of a geek guy.
Well, I have 2 kids, and we've been doing this for a long time, and my sons are into comic book. I don't know. It's weird. I nerd out on that stuff. But it's Craig T. Nelson is back. What's her name? I'm
not an Incredibles person.
No. She was a big actress 15 years ago.
I'll look it up.
Come on. She plays Stretch. She's Elastigirl. Oh, come on.
You're just in a...
And Samuel L. Jackson he has the opening segment himself. It's really funny.
Holly Hunter?
Yes. They're all back.
They're all back.
And they do a funny bit about being back.
Mm-hmm.
And Craig T. Nelson was kind of a big deal.
He was a big deal.
Frozone is Samuel L. Jackson. His character is a lot bigger in this one.
Catherine Keener's in it?
Yeah.
Bob Odenkirk, the funny guy?
I don't know how...
Samuel L. Jackson?
Voiceover people, they got to be making a lot of money.
Isabella Rossellini's in it?
Yes. Great character. Really funny.
John Ratzenberger from Cheers is in it?
Yep.
Barry Bostwick is in it, the old actor?
Yeah, they're all back. They're all back, unless somebody died along the way. But how does that work if you're a voiceover?
Make a lot of money.
Man.
I've done some voiceover work in my time.
Oh, my gosh.
I did a documentary about California high school football.
Is that right?
They hired me to do the play-by-play.
Big hit? Make a lot of money?
Hit. I made a lot of money on the film did.
This thing did $200 million this weekend, and it was a huge hit before. I mean, it was the biggest animated opening. It's, the whole premise of The Incredibles?
What?
The original really made fun of a lot of things. It made fun of the government. It made fun of trial lawyers. It was really smart. This one's not as smart. It's just more elaborate and wild.
Something popped up.
I'm trying not to spoil it.
See, here's an example of how things have changed.
Jack is weird.
Jack is weird?
Jack is he turns into a little fireball, and that would scare the hell out of my daughter. That's all I could think of.